Montell started May 10th, 2010. I would say those first 2 or 3 years, it's a lot of work, a lot of peanut butter and jelly. You're not really in it for the money, you're in it for the passion. It's what you like to do. I just kind of lucked into the home improvement business at a pretty young age, and I just loved it. I love the transformation. My brothers are very talented in other things, you know, in the world of finance and mortgages, and we can be a dominant force in Grand Rapids, or we can help this community. It was a home run, like we didn't expect. You know, we worked very hard every single day, but you don't know with a startup if it's gonna work or fail.
People toss around, you know, family business. They don't really understand the meat and the potatoes behind what a family business means. And that means that there is no other option, right? There's no giving up. When it's us going to bat, you're going 100% all the time, giving it everything that you've got.
So Montell is named after our grandfather.
We learned from our grandfather and our parents is our word. Our word was so important, you know, is so important, you know, and when we say we're gonna do something, you know, we mean it. We're gonna do it, we're gonna follow through in each project that we work on. We're gonna see it from start to finish and do everything that we said that we're gonna do. So, yeah, I think that the values and the honesty are some important factors.
Today we're taking a look at a recently completed deck project, composite, the Trex material, the Trex Enhanced Naturals. Unique thing about this project is essentially the radius front edge. So this is something that is not very common, but is very, very unique. So this is something that all of the railing, all of the Trex Reveal railing is actually custom fabricated, along with the boards on the actual outside of the deck are all custom made as far as with that radius. So this is something that is a very large deck, as you can see here. Lots of space for outdoor living, entertaining, family. Reveal railing, black in color, which is nice, helps as far as gives an open view. But the other thing that we also did is put the LED lights in the risers of the steps, as well as in the post caps of the railings. This is a beautiful project at night. Lights make it look like a one-of-a-kind project.
All these puzzle pieces have to fit perfectly together. Customer service, good values, core values, right? Good leadership, but then the right products to fit everybody's needs. That way you're not spinning your wheels going back.
I think the only way they fit together perfectly is kind of how we did it. You know, you start from nothing and you just learn to appreciate every nickel, every quarter, every $5. You know, you hire this person and you kind of build the company around them a little bit. Then this person comes into your life, and you know, before you know it, you look around and go, oh my gosh, I got a whole team here, and we're all happy, we're vibing, and we're appreciating every dollar. And that's kind of, I think that's the best in business or small business, is when you come from nothing, you just appreciate everything.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's about the team, because you can be a great marketing company or sales, but if you don't have the type of caliber that we have now, it'd be very tough to sustain in this home remodeling business. It's been very complex, especially lately.
It's a great point that you bring up, you know, about, you know, the experience that we have on our staff, you know, the tenure. You know, that's something that we don't take lightly. We don't take it for granted. And I think that it's the culture that we have within Montell and our own staff that really helps, you know, significantly. You know, our employees stay with us because we treat them right, and they enjoy what they're doing. They enjoy coming to work. And I think that we get more joy out of watching the team work than anything else, you know? So it's something real exciting happening here.
Today we're going to be taking a look at a siding project out here in Rockford, Michigan. So here we have an old schoolhouse that we redid in CertainTeed siding monogram, and we use the color Melrose. And I'd have to say it looks beautiful on this home. With CertainTeed's monogram siding, It's a little bit thicker than your average siding. It's a 0.046 thickness. And what that enables us to do is get longer runs, up to 25 feet, so we have less seams on the longer ends of your home. CertainTeed has what's called permacolor. Permacolor is a lifetime guarantee that this siding will never fade. So once it's installed like it is here, we can go 50 years and not worry about it changing any colors or fading to a lighter red.
This room is fully insulated, whether it be the ceiling, the floor, the double pane glass with low E and argon gas. A couple of the features, every one of these windows, as you see, will open up 50%, right? So this is one full outlet, and this window will slide open, okay? Now, you don't have to worry about going through a lock set, because once this window shuts, it self-locks, and you'll hear that click right there. Okay, so most of the time with conventional construction, you're introducing drywall, framing, stick building, but with this is commercial grade building materials that has a 50-year lifetime warranty on it. So not only that, but it's, as we talked about with Lynette, it's 95% glass or more. So how many days here in Michigan do we have it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too windy, it's raining outside, and then all of a sudden it gets nice out? Well, this allows you to be outdoors while enjoying a controlled environment indoors. So as you notice, we did glass up above, we did glass mid-grade, and then we did glass knee walls all the way down on the bottom. Full electrical, full flooring that they had picked out. And then as you will follow me around, we'll go ahead and walk downstairs, and I'll introduce to you guys the grand staircase that we did. So this staircase, this is the Trex composite decking system with the Trex signature reveal. So this has a 25-year zero maintenance warranty on it. Complete electrical package on the sunroom. This stair system comes down to a colored concrete patio, and what this patio does is it expands your outdoor living space. So we have a controlled environment with the sunroom. Then we have a composite zero maintenance deck system that comes down to a nice colored concrete patio. So this is, when I say colored, this is a color that is integrated into that concrete system, so it doesn't look like your standard sidewalk or your standard driveway. We can go with grays, browns, greens, blues. In this we went with a neutral color of an off-white. Okay, so that way it pulls into the siding and it pulls into the sunroom. But this is yet again another zero maintenance option for people to enjoy it on its perfect days. You're enjoying Mother Nature on its perfect days. On those days where it's, as I said, as it's too hot, too cold, you have the sunroom for that space. But regardless, when it comes springtime after a long winter here in Michigan, you're not coming out and staining your deck. You're not coming out and washing your pavers or weeding your pavers. This is all zero maintenance items brought to you by our entire team at Montell Construction. A lot of people look for high craftsmanship, right? High level IQ, and we've been fortunate enough to have a team that is designed to go into each project day in and day out, and they don't practice on our customers' projects, right? These are highly skilled craftsmen that understand what we've promised to a homeowner, production managers that understand that what we've promised to homeowners, and then crews that actually are at the forefront of delivering on every single one of those projects. Because if you're not getting a report card back saying that we did a good job, then we didn't do a good job, right? So it's all of those little details that matter, I think, throughout, all the way through to the end. They're the last faces that they're gonna see.
And I would just say that just doesn't happen overnight. A lot of people think, well, I'll just go sell a job and I'll just sub it to him and I'll make this. And the way kind of we approached it is we have employees. So we're all a team. We're real W-2, so we can control. We have a safety meeting every Friday. We can control safety and think when people are employees, they care more. You know, it's not like, hey, I need you to sign right here so I can get my check from the company. You know, those are horrible customer experiences that give our business a bad name. But when people know that when Montell comes out, that's our team, it's different. They're operating at a higher skill level. They're practicing safety. Yep. And it's just more real. It's not like a money transaction and no feeling or heart. We could have somebody call us from 5 years ago. We'll be right there for them.
Yep. Today we're in Caledonia taking a look at a fairly unique project for us. This was something that is essentially a front walkway and a new set of French doors for their front door. Before, they actually had a deteriorated rotted wood walkway or a wood front porch. We came in with the Trex Transcend, which you'll notice here in a minute, as well as a new set of Therma-Tru French doors. Follow me and we can take a look at the project a little more in depth. So you notice the deck boards that we used is the Trex Transcend, the tropical line, which appears a lot more like real wood, but you obviously don't have the maintenance to it. One of the biggest things that this customer was concerned about is making sure that the deck was the same size or the walkway was the same size as previous. So we did a really good job as far as making this look identical, just now having the low maintenance of the Trex Transcend. Follow me and we can take a look at the front porch and the French doors that we did. So we did a raised front porch, obviously here you can see in the same material, followed with a new set of French doors. So this customer previously had wood doors that were rotted, that needed to be painted, that were not very energy efficient. So we came in with the Therma-Tru fiberglass French doors. You'll notice this is basically a 4-panel design. This is something that the customer was also very concerned about as far as the design and the look. So I think it turned out great. It's a complete new look for the front of this house. Another knock out of the park from Montell.
I think what makes us uniquely different and stand out to the customers is really the way we approach a free estimate, a consultative. You know, a lot of people, they show up to their appointment in shorts and sandals and, hey, I'll email you a quote. They never get the quote or just go for, you know, a quick bid and on a piece of notebook paper. I like how we kind of like to listen and understand what people are saying. So we have a thought process with, you know, how to come up with the design and what the husband and wife both are looking to do. I think we listen a lot more.
I think a lot of times when people are looking for that free estimate, we've always put ourselves in the position of each homeowner, right? So if you're looking for a project done at one of your guys' homes, what would you like, right? I would like somebody that's gonna come out, sit down with me, understand what the scope of the project is, ask me a bunch of questions, and then be able to deliver their product recommendations, installation methods, and to be able to provide a proposal at that time. I would love nothing more than to have what we provide day in and day out to each one of our appointments. I think that's a great approach. I agree 100%.
I think something that differentiates Montell is, you know, the culture that we have within the company. You know, our staff, you know, we're like one big family. From leadership, you know, the three of us, I mean, we bounce ideas, you know, regularly. We take constructive criticism, if you will. We are always learning. And I think those are some of the things that we do really well. And, you know, George, you touched on listening. I think that, you know, we all listen well and, you know, value one another's input.
Here we are in Walker, Michigan, on the northwest side of Grand Rapids. We have a recent roofing and decking project that we finished here. So if you follow me and take a look at the roof as we walk around, I'll tell you a little bit about what we have here. So we have an aged wood color with our Tamco Heritage 30-year shingle. We've got a 6-foot ice and water shield in these valleys as well as around the gutter edges. You'll have a 30-pound felt underlayment under this as well. So giving you some ample protection for the future. So you also see we've implemented some ridge vents along the top and some hat vents along the back where there's not enough ridge to equate for enough ventilation. And back here you'll see we do have a Trex deck. The railing that we've implemented back here is going to be the horizontal signature railing through Trex. So it's going to be the same, it's a similar railing to the Reveal that you've seen in the past. The extruded aluminum, powder coated finish, really giving it a nice modern look. This is really the look he was looking for when we came in, kind of wanting that modern look to tie with a lot of the furniture and things inside the home.
I think it's, at the end of the day, if I had to pick one thing, it was that separates us from other companies, larger or smaller. I think it's just that we have a better system dialed in. We have a system that is in place from the moment that a homeowner places their trust in us. That file gets turned in, all of the paperwork gets turned in, then we create a welcome packet. That welcome packet is reviewed by 3 different people to make sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Then it goes back into the production and we have a communications director. That communications director is in charge of all customer relationships from that point on. Then at that point we complete a remeasure. At that remeasure, the production manager is going over the entire scope of the project with the homeowner to ensure that we're passing that baton in the appropriate manner. At that point, we're going into permitting a complete CAD design phase for a project, requiring that. And then when the crew is assigned and the materials are delivered, that crew, as George mentioned earlier, as being a W-2 employee, they're not there to try and get in and out as quickly as they possibly can. They're going to ask the homeowner, hey, you have this option when it comes to this board being in this direction. How would you prefer it, Mr. and Mrs. Jones? So I think that, and then once the project is fully constructed, at that point, we have them go around with the homeowner, making sure that they're completely satisfied before we're able to go to the next project. And then when they go to the next project, we redo it all over again. So I think that when I'm talking about systems in place, we have that system dialed into a T, or as best as we possibly can.
This is a multi-level deck where we utilize the Trex composite decking. Obviously the low maintenance, don't have to paint or stain. Why don't we take a look at the project? Follow me. So one of the first things that you'll notice on the staircase here is the back of the stairs or the risers. We actually utilized the Trex low voltage LED lighting. They're basically a 3,000 hour burn time on them, so you'll never have to replace the bulbs, but gives it a beautiful look at night, but also the aspects of safety as well. Why don't you follow me up the stairs here? So this is a project where the homeowners were, I don't want to say concerned about space, but wanted to make sure that they had plenty of outdoor living area built right in. So you'll notice that we actually did the built-in benches right out of the Trex material. Gives it a really, really nice finished look. Don't have to worry about buying expensive patio or deck furniture, and gives it a really nice space as far as for dining, family and friends, all kinds of good stuff. So with this project in particular, the homeowners wanted to make sure that we used some colors that obviously matched really well with the siding. This was actually a brand new home and the builder did not put a deck on the house. So we utilized the Trex Transcend Island Mist deck boards, which you'll notice, the white 4x4 posts, and then also the gray railing on the top and the bottom, or the header and the footer. Helps really bring the whole package together along with the black balusters. That's something that really helps open up the view and makes it feel not so enclosed, I guess, if you will. So this is a beautiful project, turned out really well, and the homeowners were very happy. So another product that we utilized on this project that you'll notice is actually the underdecking system. So this is a really nice system to basically finish off underneath a deck to give yourself a usable space. Not only does it look nice and also help shed rainwater, but it also makes it feel like a truly finished outdoor living space.
So here we are on the platform of our deck. As you can see, it is an elevated deck. What we did for these customers is they already had an existing deck and they wanted more outdoor living space. So we were able to come out and expand the existing deck that they already had. What we did is we used a southern yellow pine that is kiln dried. What that means is that this wood, once installed, is ready to be stained or sealed right away. As you can see down here in the middle, we did a blocking technique. And what the blocking technique does is it brings all the butt joints to the center of the deck for design purposes and looks. That way they don't have butt joints throughout the deck scattered around. On the top side, what we did is add a Trex signature composite railing. This is a powder-coated aluminum railing, and it has a 25-year guarantee against fading and staining. The reason why we went with this railing was to highlight the trim of the house itself. So traditionally, whenever you're dealing with a raised deck, most oftentimes your stairs are coming straight down to grade. For design purposes and ease of access, what we did is add a secondary platform to bring the stairs in front of the deck over toward their patio area.
A lot of times with subcontractors, you by law can't tell a subcontractor who, what, when, where, why, and how to complete a project. The only thing that you can tell them is, here's the shingle that you're using and here's the roof job, so you have zero quality control. So we've learned over the years that that just isn't what our homeowners and our customers, that type of user experience. They didn't want that type of user experience.
Yeah, we just want a business that we can be proud of as a family and as brothers, and everybody is safe and highly skilled, very respectful, good character people. So we just we surround ourselves with people that inspire us. When homeowners are investing thousands or tens of thousands of dollars into a project, they just don't want to have to deal with it ever again. So lifetime warranties is kind of a big thing for us. So roofing, windows, siding, we're always looking for that lifetime product.
Being in a business as long as we have, we know the quality products, that are on the market, and so we only use the best. And that's what differentiates Montell, is the craftsmanship, the quality products, and the people that put that all together, and the warranties that back that up.
We know that our siding is coming from Jackson, Michigan, that our deck boards are coming from Pennsylvania. We know within the United States where these plants are. So we know that when we order siding, that we're not only helping people in West Michigan, but an hour and a half away from here is the plant that's coming from. We can go tour the plant and make sure that that plant is meeting our specifications for how frequently they're delivering that material.
My name is Matt Caudell, and today we're going to be taking a look at a project that we just finished up here in Northeast Grand Rapids. Come take a closer look. So behind me, you're going to see a few different things going on. One, you'll see a before photo. The house used to be a nice bright yellow house with a porch that actually wrapped around this entire corner. When I sat down with the customers through our consultation process, they wanted something that was low maintenance, something that was a complete makeover for their curb appeal. They've been in the house for 3 years now and they needed to make a drastic change. They wanted affordable options that gave them a wood grain texture around all their windows and doors that wasn't like a standard cedar style. So what we did when looking back is we removed all the siding, removed the entire front porch, rebuilt a whole new custom front porch out of southern yellow pine, 6x6 low supports, and then the customer stained it to the color that you see. Beyond that, the siding itself is a CertainTeed board and batten. This siding is completely maintenance free. It actually has a 50-year guarantee that prevents it from fading, so the color that they chose will be the same color over the next 50 years. As we move closer to it, you'll see it's a nice cedar tone impression on the board and batten. It gives it a nice clean look across the front, and again, completely changes the whole curb appeal. As we move over towards the garage, same thing. Board and batten across the entire top. And then, earlier I was telling you about the cedar impressed vinyl or aluminum. All of our wraps for this project have a cedar impression to them. So they're like a wood grain. They're not just a flat aluminum wrap like you typically see. So it gives them that wood grain look, but at the cost of doing a true cedar wrap around every window. From the rest of the house, we just went to our standard double 4 natural clay to match the front, but it's a double 4, same thing, 50-year guarantee. You'll never have to worry about color fade or the siding deteriorating.
Today we're in beautiful Rockford, Michigan, where we recently completed a Trex composite deck project with a nice stamped concrete patio. When we initially met with the homeowners in our consultation phase of the project, we sat down and mapped through their existing large multi-level wood deck that they had. Some of the things they were looking for is they wanted to have a little bit more character to their backyard space, and they wanted something that was clearly far less maintenance. So what we did is we designed out a beautiful Trex composite upper level deck off of the slider here. We went with a Trex saddle on the top, and then actually we ran around the wraparound step and all the risers and the fascia in a nice Winchester gray. It's a little more of an unknown color combination, but it really works well together. And then we paired it with Trex lighting all the way around. And then as it walks down, it comes down onto this beautiful stamped concrete patio. Stamped concrete is an amazing option, especially when you're down on the ground level, but it gives it a tremendous amount of character, and it's not just gray concrete. With that, there's so many different options. So to meet with customers and talk about different patterns and colors that they're looking for is the phase one. The other option with this family is they're musicians, so they wanted to have some design element that was custom to them. So we actually designed the shape of this contoured patio to match that of a grand piano. So as it kind of curves around, it follows that body that we typically see in a large grand piano. The biggest thing for them was to still maintain the usability of this space. So having an upper kind of entertaining space right off of the slider, and then coming down, they want to be able to have a glass of wine, enjoy the scenery of their backyard, and also have a bonfire, but have something that's not sitting on a wood deck. And then off the side to still have a nice, beautiful grilling area and a dining area. And again, having it all tied together, stamped concrete patio, the beautiful wraparound step, so you have access to all sides of the backyard space without having to walk through any particular area.
I think giving back to the community can be done whether you have money or whether you have nothing. I remember giving back when we were in our very beginning, because that's just what a business should do. Now, the longer we're in business and the more we grow, the more we can allocate towards, charity, and you start getting into these cool ideas like Deck for a Vet. Yeah. It's like, man, what's next? Well, guess what? There's a private donor that caught wind of that. We're gonna do 4 more.
But going all the way back 13 years ago, we were donating nothing more than time at God's Kitchen.
That's right. We couldn't afford to do like a deck. We love giving back. It makes us feel good about ourselves, our family, represent our father, our grandparents, where we come from.
I just want to say that, being in business with you guys is something that's just so precious to me. This is something very special, for the 3 of us to do together, and I truly value that more than anything,